friends, hope you are doing well today. My name is Ezekiel, in case you are watching me for the first time. In today's video, I'll be walking you through the breakdown of Cakewalk Pro Channel strip, the input gain down to the channel strip, down to the FX rack, and everything I'm going to explain to you. I've seen a lot of people's comment and I heard a lot of people talking about QuadCurve equalizer that it does not have input and output gain control. But I want to tell you that Cakewalk QuadCurve, everything in Cakewalk, it's designed with a purpose, and the QuadCurve is never designed for what you think it is. Everything about the Cakewalk I'm going to show you, and everything about the lineup of the Pro channels, from the input gain down to the console emulation, channel strip equalizer, the compressor, the tube, the Pro channels, the FX rack, and so on, I'm going to be showing to you. All right, while everything is turned off, and the global on-off button is turned off. So take a look from the input gain down to the channel strip page. Permit me to call it a page like that. So Cakewalk has two pages. That's how I'll say it. There's one, the FX rack. There's another FX rack on the channel strip itself. So after the input gain, down here, look at this place that is in pre. That means everything on the channel strip, from the console emulation to the EQ, down to the compressor, and so on like that. So they are in pre, meaning that whatever the plugin that you insert here, just like the way I inserted this one, so this plugin, whatever the plugin from the channel strip is going to sum into this one. So not post in the time, you understand pre. So the arrow goes like this, down this is the arrow, then from the pre, then the post. So everything down here comes into the plugins here in the FX rack here. So that's how it works. But if you want to do it in reverse, meaning that if you want to put any plugins here, you want to make everything that comes in from this to go into this one. So then it turn this one to post. That means everything on that channel strip is going to serve as an insert. So from the insert goes into the channel strip, then it turn this one on. It's going to be post. So meaning from here down to this place. But if it's in pre, this is the default setting. So meaning that everything that is on channel strip sums to your insert. Now let's come back to with the recent update in Cakewalk. If you are using the paid version, so the default setting comes like we have the console emulator comes in, then the compressor comes in, EQ comes in, then tube, and so on like that. So that's how it comes like. So the console emulator, so this is the bus type, and shows us that we have S-type, N-type, A-type. To me, I don't know what they mean about the S-type, A-type, and the S-type, N-type, and A-type, but what I just give to that, for me, is SSL, NIV, and API. So that's what I feel the most popular console they represent. Then we have the RMS and the peak. If you're using the RMS, so those who understand it, then we have drive, so which you can add to saturation and more dynamic. Then we have tolerance here. So this tolerance makes your signal to sound more warm, to have the analog feels. What I sense in that tolerance is that whenever I turn it on, apart from the sound warm, it creates a kind of dynamic control on my signal, which I so much love. Then comes to compressor, but you can change it however you want it. But I just change it. I want it after the preamp. So this one is standing as my preamp, then comes into my EQ. Something that I need to explain to you about the QuadCurve, so is a topic on its own. We have the scale up here, which shows the frequency response bandwidth from the 20 Hz to 20 kilohertz. And so the keyboard signs showing you everything. And then the RT analyzer shows the equalization. So that is in post. So that means it shows what you are equalizing. That's what the RTA does. So let's quickly take a look at that. Let me show you what's going on about that.
Oh come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel.
Hope we can understand that. So that's about the RTA in QuadCurve equalizer. After that, we have high pass filter, low frequency, low mid, high and high mid. We have high shape. We have on button. Then you can pin it if you want, if you don't want it to disappear. So if you are doing something, so you can pin it. So that's how it works. Now let's comes to the equalizer types. On the equalizer types, we have hybrid, we have pure, and we have E-type and the G-type, so which are representing the different equalizer curve characters. So I'm using the A-type, so that's what I use it. So they have different sounds. Let me demonstrate that for you so that you can understand how they sound like.
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel.
Alright, so you could hear and see different curves when I'm changing from one EQ type to another. So that's about that. Then we have slope here, so 12 and so on, different shapes. Then high pass filter, then we have low pass filter also. Depends on whatever you are doing. One more thing that I needed to tell you about QuadCurve, very interesting, is that look at the gloss. QuadCurve EQ is not just an EQ. It's a kind of EQ that I see that emulates a console character, different console character, which is very rare to see in many DAW channel strip EQ. So I'm going to demonstrate to you now. Let's listen to the vocal again, then listen to how it sounds. I'll turn it on and off.
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel. Them ones in lonely exile here.
What gloss does is that naturally, if it's turned off, your mix sound warm, like it has a kind of vintage character. But instantly when you turn it on, it sounds more clean, more brighter, and it changes the tone character. Sometimes if I'm doing a mix, if I see that the signal that I'm working on sounds too much warm, or if I really need to calm down the sound, sometimes I just turn it on. It changes the tone character. So sometimes I may just have QuadCurve equalizer on my channel strip without doing anything on it. So I use that gloss to change the tone character of the signal that I'm working on. So a lot of people talking that doesn't have volume control. I really don't expect it to have output gain control because it works with the rest of plugins on the channel strip. Now, if you want to control your signal after already been done with the tone shape, then you turn on the plugins. So let me quickly demonstrate this for you. Listen to the console emulator, which is serving as my preamp. From there, I'll turn on the EQ again. So let's listen to that.
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel. Them ones in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel.
So you can hear the sort of tone character of the preamp on the vocal. So from there, then let's continue listening to that. So let's see how it is going.
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel.
I love the tone character of PC76U type compressor on this channel strip. I love the way it sounds like. So this is a huge plus when you have Cakewalk, using Cakewalk stock plugins to mix. Then the tube. So let's see, listen to how tubes also sound like.
O come, Emmanuel, them ones in lonely exile here.
You could just listen to how it also sounds like bringing the vocals forward and wrap everything up and push it forward. I love the tone character. I love the way it shaped the response of that tone character with the distortion and a kind of a venting tone that had a subtle to that for me. I love the way it sounds like. So let's listen to PC2A leveler and you understand the sum of everything how.
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel. Them ones in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
This is getting more interesting, right? So, and look at the tape emulator also. I love the noise. I love the way. I've never even used this tape emulator like that. I love the way it sounds like. Now down to here, if you want to add any plugins, so you can go into it and add whatever plugin that you want to add. So depend on what you are doing. Then back to the console emulator channel. So this is the channel type. So which is having trim, drive, and the different console types. So let's listen to how this one also sounds on my vocal.
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel. Them ones in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel.
This is beautiful, isn't it? Like, listen to the sum of all the Cakewalk Pro Channel strip plugins that I just used to mix this vocal. It sounds more beautiful with the reverb and the echo that I use on it, so the delay that I use on it. So everything is stock plugin. I'm going to show you everything like that in short time. So listen to the way it sounds like. It makes it sound more beautiful. And if you have a good recording, this is so nice for you to do your mix, whatever mix you want to do. This is about the channel strip. Now let me go to the boss. So let's listen. Let's see how the master boss sound like, and I'm gonna show you what I do on that. So the same thing is to repeat like I explained to you. Okay, on the master boss, I use the compressor PC4KS type, which is boss compressor. The EQ is just turned on, so I didn't do anything about the EQ. Then I use the tube again back to console build emulator. All right, so let's listen again.
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel. Them ones in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel.
All right, so if you're doing any mix, and like I said earlier on, so listen to the contribution of the listen to the contribution of the plugins on my master bus. So it enhanced my mix. It makes my mix to sound more beautiful. Like everyone looking for the equalizer or output volume control, you have a lot of other means to do your volume, because on the real console you don't have volume output volume control for EQ on the real analog console, right? So after you use your EQ, then we have compressor, the channel strip feeder, which is good enough for you to do whatever gain control compensation that you want to do. That from there goes to the bus sense. So RVBA, so I have inbuilt the equalizer, reverb to equalizer. So I tone the reverb EQ a bit, so to reshape it. So that's fine. On the delay, I use tempo delay. This is still the stock plugin by Cakewalk, which is so sweet, so fantastic. I love it so much. So that's all. I hope you enjoy what you've just watched. Or for you, if you decide that you don't want to use third-party plugins and you want to mix strictly with Cakewalk stock plugin, even with Fruitzilla, you still have a bunch of plugins to do your mix. All right. So that's just what I want to show you. I hope you enjoyed the video that you've just watched. If you're new to this channel, please, I want you to subscribe and click on all notification button. And if you like this video, please, I'm begging you to thumb up for me. Also, share this video. Drop your comment below. So let me know what's your thoughts about the Cakewalk channel strip breakdown that I've just done. Thank you so much. I'm going to be stopping from here. So I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye for now.